Canadians from all parts of our country stand with Israel, from all ethnicities and all religions. Canadians understand the critical importance of Israel's battle. I would now like to welcome Dr. Charles McVety, the President of Canada Christian College, to say a few words.
Thank you. 3 years ago, the Chief Rabbi of Israel came to Toronto, met with me, and he talked to us about the unprecedented, unique bond between Christians and Jews. From that meeting, we developed a campaign that says to Israel that you are not alone. We have waged this campaign over the last 3 years, and we have raised up millions of Christians in this country who are standing together with Israel today in its time of need. In World War II, many Christians were silent as the Jews were assassinated and exterminated. In World War II, Canada turned away a shipload of almost 1,000 Jews that were attempting to escape the horrible fate that the Nazis had tried to place upon their heads. Canada, Christians in this country, say never again, never again. We say never again to false neutrality, because there is no neutrality between terrorists and governments that try to give security to its people. Winston Churchill said, "I cannot be neutral between the fire and the firemen." We cannot be neutral between the terrorists and the citizens. We cannot sit idly by, for Dante, in Dante's Inferno, says that the hottest part of hell is reserved for those who sit idly neutral in the face of a moral crisis. Today, Israel is in a moral crisis. In fact, it is not an Israeli moral crisis. It is a worldwide, freedom-loving moral crisis. It's a Canadian crisis. It's a Christian crisis. It's a Hindu crisis. It's a crisis for all freedom-loving people. And today, we stand with Israel. This is a crisis this is a moral crisis. Some people say that you cannot have a government based on morality. But today we have a prime minister that has decided to make a decision not based on popularity, but based on the moral value of sticking with Israel in its time of need. Yesterday morning, a poll came out in Canada, yes, Canada, where the poll said that 66% of Canadians support the Prime Minister in his stand with Israel. I believe that support for Israel should be a litmus test for any political candidate in the country of Canada. If a candidate cannot get the moral issue of defending a free and democratic society right, then they do not deserve a position of leadership in this great freedom-loving country of Canada. We support peace. We support a sustainable peace. The Bible tells us, blessed are the peacemakers, not the peacemakers. For Hezbollah wants to turn Israel into pieces. They want to blow up Jews and turn them into pieces. Hamas wants to blow up buses and kill the Jewish people of Israel. Iran wants to wipe Israel off the face of the map. There is no blessing for the peacemakers that want to turn people and nations into pieces. There is blessing, however, though, for those who want peace. And we want sustainable peace. Peace where Jewish Israeli people can go to a cafe without the fear of a suicide bomber. Peace where they can go to sleep at night without the fear of a Katyusha rocket landing on their heads. If Canada, if America, if Europe had received 800 Katyusha rockets on its head, it would surely defend itself. We are for peace, but make no mistake, a sustainable peace. Unfortunately, there are so-called Christians who still do not get it. There are so-called Christians like the United Church that is still calling for a boycott of Israel, that is still marching on the street supporting the attacks on Israel. Tonight I say shame on you. Shame on the United Church. Shame on the Presbyterian Church. Shame on you for supporting such things. Israel has given Christians everything that we have. Israel has given us every page of the Bible. Israel has given us the prophets, priests, and kings of the Old Testament. Israel has given us the first family of Christianity, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, Matthew, and Mark, and John, and Peter, and Paul, all Israelites. Christians owe a debt to the people of Israel. Tonight we call on all Christians nationwide from sea to shining sea to support Israel. Tonight I'm here to tell you, Yaakov Brosh, to please take a message back to Israel, to take the message that Israel, you are not alone. You have friends. We will stand with you shoulder to shoulder in your time of need, in the battles that you face, because we are indebted to you and it is the right thing to do.